Definitely seems like it's got more horsepower up at the top end of the RPM. Like it's able to suck in more air. Hey, what's up guys? I'm here with my SC300. We're modifying it to be a street and track car. Today we're going to be working on the big freaking intake, the BFI intake, which is just a modification of the existing intake. Let me show you the parts I've got and how to do it. All right, so this is the actual intake pipe that I got out of a junkyard so we could test fit in case I wanted to cut it and mess it up. But it actually just connects right in here to the existing box. There's the sensor. This is what you don't want to mess up because you need your computer. This is why cold air intakes don't work, is because you remove the sensor, and that's the bad idea. So what we want to do is just modify this. You can cut this and make it bigger, but I'm going to start by just modifying and pushing air into this. This just goes straight underneath. So this intake just goes underneath this headlight. And what we're going to do is we're going to get this ducking, and we're going to go from the hole in the fender here and force air straight into this bad boy and see if we gain any kind of horsepower. That's what the BFI guys are talking about. So what I got here is some semi-rigid ducting. This is like ventilation type stuff. It's a 6-inch pipe, and that I already test fit it. It's going to go on the end of that. I got some duct tape, some waterproof repair tape. It's like AC tape, okay? And I'm gonna seal that off. We'll cut just as much as we need, and then we'll get that ducking into the bumper. So let me take off that headlight. Let me show you how to do that. It's pretty simple. All you got to do is well, I've already taken the liner out of under the fender, and right underneath there, you go straight in there. There's two 10 millimeter bolts to take that headlight off this corner, and then right here, and this headlight will come off. So let's get after that, and then we'll go from there. All right, so to take this headlight off, there's some clips underneath here, and you got to pull up on that clip and slide it out. Now we got some clips here on the back side that we're gonna have to take out. So we got to take that clip and this one here. Take those out to get that light all the way out. So let's do that. All right, we got to now take these clips out. So an easy way to do is just turn and pull the bulbs out. Turn that whole thing, and then this clip came off real easy, this black one. You just push that down, that one came off. That bulb turns out real quick. And then let's see if we can turn this other one here. Yep, we can just turn that. Boom, it's out. And we are good to go on removing this headlight, just like that. All right, we'll set that aside. All right, you see the air ducting right here. So we might actually have to modify this slightly to fit that duct on there. So I think that's what we're going to do, is modify the one that I got from the junkyard so that we can go straight down into that duct right there. But it's not going to be hard whatsoever to do that. All right, let's get after it. Okay, what I've done here is I've cut about this much off this other one that I had, and it's still going to be able to bolt here, but we're going to be able to wrap that ducking around that and tape it up real nice. So you can see here I made two, ended up making two cuts. So I cut the other tab off because I think it was just going to be too much. So we cut about this much off of it. So leave this tab on. We're going to cut all the way across that, and then we're going to then attach that to here. So let's work on attaching that. All right, we got it all taped up. This tape worked amazing to seal it all up. Again, we're trying to force air in here. So we got it all taped up, and let's see if we can get this installed in the bumper. We might use some tape to tape up this side to seal it off in the box, and then we'll might do some zip ties or something on this side in the bumper. So let's see about that. All right, we just unscrewed the 10mm bolts to get the original pipe that we cut. It just slides right out of that right there. So that's going to be super simple. So let's see, what we're going to need to do is get this in here. Probably want to push it in a little, and we're going to measure and see how that's going to go. But we should be able to get it in there. Yep, there we go. And then we'll finagle it, and if we need to, we can always cut some off. Okay, here we go. Get it in the original box. It looks like we should cut some off. We have too much right now, so we'll do that. Go ahead and do that. Oh, there we go. Slice some off right there. Let's cut that off. All right, we cut that off, and we are also making sure that that aligns perfectly with the end of the nozzle, so the air will flow. The air will flow in there really, really nicely. So we want to push our hands in there and make sure that the ducting is in alignment the way we want it. How's that look? You guys see that? I think it's gonna flow really good. Okay. Let's push that in there. There we go. Got it in there. All right, now we're going to manhandle it down there. Oh shoot, I ripped it. Okay, we gotta be careful not to rip it. Let's try again. Alright. Alright, I got a new piece attached. It's just, you know, you gotta learn how to work with it a little bit. And I got it bolted in there. I actually ended up cutting more off, so you have more to work with. So you only need about 3 inches of that original pipe in there. the original car pipe, and now I'm just going to work this bottom piece in here to where it's perfect on there. And then what I think I'm going to do is I might drill a few little tiny pilot holes where I can put some zip ties through that and hold that in there better. So let's get after that, and we'll get this thing secured. All right, you can see that I drilled 3 pilot holes. 1, 2, 3 little holes in the original fender. You can see that there's not going to be a 4th one because this piece here, the bash bar, is in the way. So I'm just going to do 3, and then I'll put 3 little holes. I actually taped up the end of this to make it more rigid, and I'll put 3 little pilot holes, and we got some white zip ties. We're going to zip tie that in there, and it'll be good for the race coming up in, actually it's next weekend, not this weekend but next weekend. We're going to our first track day, so let's get this thing buttoned up. All right guys, check it out. I got this thing zip tied actually to this metal bar right here that exists in the car. It's like almost like it was made for some modification. Anyhow, you see how nice that duct is right there? It fits in there pretty nicely. Again, this is a 6-inch pipe. Goes right in there, right up in here. There we go. Let's get it buttoned up and get the light back on, and we'll go test drive it. I think that's definitely going to help. Alright, got the headlight back in. Snip off into these zip ties so you won't be able to see them very well. That's pretty cool. I love it. I'll just tuck those like that. Good enough. It's race car, baby. We're gonna at least gonna rock that while we're at the track day, because I'm pretty sure this is gonna give me a few more horsepower. Everyone online saying that if you do it right and you leave that sensor in place, you'll be set. So you can barely see the tape. I actually taped it up a little bit more so to be more forced pressure air into the box. And yeah, let's go test drive it. See how she did. See how she does. It definitely seems like it's got more horsepower up at the top end of the RPM. Like it's able to suck in more air faster up at that top end when it needs it. That was a super cheap modification. I think the air ducting and the duct tape was like a total of like 20 bucks, 25 bucks. You need the 6x8 ducting, 6x8 ducting, and you need a little bit of waterproof AC tape. And that's really it. And if you're willing to cut that little pipe that goes into your intake, you're good. All right, we're gonna do some drifts right here in this place. Like it's got more get up in the middle of second, like 4,000 RPMs, 35, 4,000. missed that last one. We almost had that whole thing good. Woo! All right, let's get out of here. I think she's rocking and rolling. We're gonna be ready for the race soon. Follow me for the track day at Coda, capital of Texas. Let's go. It's where they do the F1 here in Austin, out on the east side. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys.